Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope you're doing fantastically, as per usual. Sorry if it's a bit loud in here at the moment. It's absolutely chucking down. As you can, holy, it is really, really heavy rain, which is bad because I'm wearing a white t-shirt. I was going to sweat anyway, but this might show some nip. I mentioned in yesterday's video that I was debating whether I was to do push-pull leg. Was it yesterday's video or the day before? One of my previous videos I was debating whether I do push-pull legs again. And this is going to be the introduction of a push day. I'm still sore from Monday's session. It's currently Thursday. My back and chest are still a bit sore, so I might have to lighten the load for the old chest-a-roonies, but the back is very sore, so hopefully I can recover a little bit by tomorrow, because I'll be doing a pull day tomorrow, which you'll see in tomorrow's video. But for today's video, it's going to be a push day. So I'm thinking of starting off with that black machine press that I did in last video, which was very, very nice. I am steaming up right now. I need to literally, I can't have the windows open because I'll let the rain in, obviously. Now I've got to get absolutely sweaty in here so I can actually see out my window. I'm going to start off with that black machine press, as I mentioned. Probably then do a fly variation. I've then got 2 exercises for shoulders. I normally do 1 exercise for shoulders because in an upper day you kind of want to focus on your weak points. My shoulders are pretty big, so I'm going to try and get them even larger. I think I'm going to be doing a rear delt movement as well, so that might be nice. And then also 2 sets of triceps. I'm going to do the single arm tricep push down with the bracelet attachment, the cuff attachment, sorry, which feels really, really nice. And then I'll figure out maybe an overhead sort of variation for the other tricep movement, or dips. Thinking dips. Dude, this rain is like the floodgates have opened. Holy moly! Hopefully you can hear me. I'm sure you'll be able to hear me. Doing some weighted dips. It's gonna feel nice. I tell you what, I'm telling you, it's gonna feel probably gonna be my main compound movement after doing chest. I'm probably gonna bias the triceps in that movement. Now I'm thinking about it rather than the chest. Oh, I don't know. See, now I'm in 2 minds because it does a really good job on the lower chest, which I kind of need as well. I need the whole chest really. I want some big boobies. Thankfully, the rain has kind of subsided now. It seemed like it was just a flash downpour, but thankfully I can actually see again. I might be able to open a window. That was very, very odd. But again, Red Bull's on the agenda. Yippee! And in last video, I did a voiceover for my workout. Oh my god! Because the studio is finally set up, as a lot of you know already. So you might end up seeing another voiceover in this video, hopefully. But yeah, going back to the fact that I'm quite sore at the moment, I'm hoping that doesn't affect my workout too much, but it is quite sore at the moment. Everywhere is quite sore, so it's a good indicator. Like I mentioned, it's a good indicator for growth, but it might impede my session a little bit today. But you'll only know until you're in there, so let's not bitch out. I love this quote I saw of I can't remember his name, but he's a massive, great bodybuilder. He's English bloke, and what's his name? Jordan Peters or something? Not Jordan Peterson. That's a psychology guy. Whatever his name is, you'll know. I'll get a picture of him now. He says something like, well, before he gets to do a set, he just goes,
so right now, in this moment here, I make the decision to just not miss.
I make the decision now to not miss. Oh! I don't know what it is about that phrase. It's so good. I make the decision now to not miss. So I'm going to take that mindset into whatever set I'm doing today and literally just not miss. Simple as that. In the not near distant future. Wait. I don't know if that's right. Soon I will be doing videos on guitar stuff, and for the gym content as well, I'll be having the backing tracks be my music, which would be sick. I'm trying to keep these uploads consistent, so it might be a little bit lackluster at the moment, but don't worry, it'll get better soon. Trust me, trust the process. Oh, ew. Let's stop the yibba yabba chit chat. I'm gonna get some absolute bangers on. That's not really the vibe. Oh, a bit of Dragula. Rob Zombie. I know that music was playing. This is really weird. I thought I was getting pulled over. I can't believe this music's playing right now. Yeah!
Baby, don't hurt me no more.
I was just an ordinary high school girl. Do you
It's Freddie Dread! Was that a Mustang hearse? I've seen it all. I've seen it. Since when did Mustang get in the death business? How is it busy, man? What the fuck? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the gym, as per usual. We're gonna go in there with the mindset of not missing. Simple as that. Let's go do it. Okay, got another voiceover from me today, guys. Lucky you. We've got a machine press again today, to start off with. The blocks fell out, obviously, underneath the machine, as you just saw there. This is just so that I could get the first rep up, as generally the greater the range of motion, the harder that initial first rep is. I did this exercise for 2 sets, first set being 7 reps and the second set being 6 reps. But as you can see on screen here, the very last rep of my first set was very slow, indicating that I'm very close to failure and something you should be afraid of doing as well. Second exercise we've got here is a pec deck fly. I chose to use this grey machine here. I believe there's 2 in the gym, but this one felt very nice. Again, going pretty heavy, but I did 2 sets for this exercise again. First set being 9 reps, second set being 8 reps. All taken to complete failure here, and I tried to keep my elbows fairly extended, not completely straight out, as it can cause a lot of tension onto your biceps, but slightly bent just to keep all the tension on your chest and squeeze your hands together to the top. Again, showing my final few reps here being very slow, really trying to grind out that fatigue and cause the most amount of muscle damage as possible. Okay, moving on for our third exercise, we've got a dip. I did this exercise for 2 sets again, first set being 7 reps, second set being 6 reps. And for this first set shown here, I added a 20 kg plate. I just wanted to point out here that my first few reps on this exercise were pretty shaky. As you can see, I'm kind of uncontrollably shaking at the top of the movement. It's probably because I haven't done this exercise for a while. I'm trying to reprogram my motor units to try and get better form and better technique. But I found out that as I kept performing the reps, I was becoming a little bit less shaky as I just increased the speed of the repetitions. This might help you out if you're starting out with a new exercise as well. But again, 20 kilos on here. I did this for 2 sets as mentioned previously. Felt pretty good. Moving on now to our second tricep exercise. This is a single arm tricep extension, as I mentioned in the car earlier, with the cuff attachment as well. Trying to keep your elbow in a fixed position here, so I try and tuck it into my side and use my hand as a sort of guide to make sure that I'm not deviating from my hand too much when I'm pushing the weight down. Again, I did this for 2 sets, first set being 10 reps, second set being 9 reps with a drop on my second set as well. And again, just to show here, really slow final rep on there, getting close to failure. You shouldn't shy away from this. It's quite a good indicator that you push the muscle to its fullest. And again, showing here on the left side, obviously, as well. Okay, moving on to our 5th exercise for the workout. We've got some rear delt cable flies, more of a crossover pattern here. Sorry for the really poor angle. I didn't realize how close I was to the camera. I thought it would be able to get my full body in the frame. But again, for this exercise, we did 2 sets, and similar to the previous one, we did 10 reps for our first set and then 9 reps for our second set. Really try and, like the fly movement I mentioned earlier, try and keep your elbows slightly bent, but more so on the extended side, but not fully extended to where it becomes more of a tricep extension. And again, going to complete failure on each of the sets, although I didn't perform a drop set for this example. And last but not least, for our final shoulder exercise, we did a machine lateral raise for 2 sets, both at 7 reps, but our last set we did a drop set just to try and round out the muscles as well. Again, slight elbow bend, like I mentioned in all my other exercises, really trying to bring your wrist up to the sky, not too far up. I see a lot of people try to extend their shoulders all the way above their head. I don't feel like that does much. And a couple of partials there just to finish it off. And obviously the mandatory sort of pose down, looking somewhat mediocre. Oh my gosh, look how big my tricep is. Wow, amazing. Anyway, I will leave you back with past Christian in the car. Bye! Beautiful. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we just finished up in the gym for the first push day I've done in probably about 6 months, I'd say. Very, very nice. You'll probably think, well, it wasn't really a true push day because you did rear delt flies on the cable. I count a push day as chest, shoulders and shoulders, okay? It doesn't necessarily just have to be pushing movements, although the typical movement patterns of training those muscle groups is a pushing movement. But no, it went really well. Saw a couple of old people in there who I haven't seen for a while. Very nice to see them again. If you're watching, hi. I doubt they're watching, but those dips were heavy, dude. I warmed up with, well, I tried out the 10, like adding a 10 kilo plate. That felt okay. And then I tried out the 20 and it was like, Christ. But luckily we did train it to the 6 to 8 rep range that I wanted to for that given heavy exercise. Didn't really feel it much in anything. I was kind of aiming it for it to be the triceps, like mainly working in that movement, which was true for a little bit, but I feel like once I got to the end it was just like me trying to only get the weight up without me actually trying to think about contracting the muscles. But other than that, everything else went pretty well. Felt strong on the machine press to begin with. I did really like those rear delt flies, that felt really nice. And single arm tricep push downs, which I said before the workout, said I was going to do them, and they felt fantastic. All in all, pretty... Okay, sorry, the camera just... Brilliant! Sorry, like I was saying, all in all, it felt pretty good. No real errors, no real major room for improvement, other than me getting up earlier so I can go to the gym earlier. But that's just got nothing to do with the gym itself. That's got everything to do with me not staying up and watching documentaries until the early hours of the morning. But did we achieve the objective of not missing? To an extent, I think so. To start with, it was very much in the forefront of my mind, obviously, because it was fresh, and I reminded myself of that idea, hence why the machine press felt pretty good. That idea then sort of dwindled a little bit towards the end of the session, but that's to be expected, you know, you sort of fatigue yourself, and I was already pretty sore, like I said, from my session on Monday. But hopefully tomorrow with my pull day, I'll feel a little bit fresher, the muscles won't be too sore, and stay tuned for some heavy pull-ups tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, let me know in the comments or like the video, and subscribe if you are new, pretty please. I don't like asking it, but I kind of have to, because otherwise people forget. So if you did enjoy, do us a favour and subscribe. So yeah, hope you're all doing fantastically. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in tomorrow's lift. Oh, and side note, the UK weather just completely changed again, so welcome to England. I've now got the sunglasses on, so the aviators are out. See you later.